wrote this awesome script. When we just all auditioned, we instantly became friends on stage. There's a real, like, I don't know, camaraderie between us all. Felt very comfortable. Keith originally directed this stage production. Just brilliant, so fun. I think most of the time is just trying not to break on stage. And I think Tyson is probably a big proponent of people breaking because he's weird and says inappropriate things intentionally, I believe. But it was wonderful, and it got extended, and it was for a 40-seat theater. And it was just so popular, and it felt so good. It was literally like racing, not only to do something that you love, but with people that you love. So it was a wonderful experience. And then Tyson just very kindly had this opportunity come to him and was a real champion of getting Neil's work out there, and very kindly taking us all with him. I mean, there's no reason he had to do that. So we're very, very honored and very, very touched that Tyson is so kind and big-hearted and has such a vision. And we are all the lucky recipients of it, quite frankly. It's a deep integrity and kindness and loyalty. I mean, honestly, it just really floored about who he is and what he's about. We're very, very lucky to know him and to be friends with him. It was good, you know, in a lot of ways. Like a lot of the work was there. Like we had, you know, an entire rehearsal process for the play alone. So we did really get to feel like we got to know the emotional core for all the characters. And then when we got to, by the time we got to shooting, our relationships were already pretty established, and there was a comfortability. It wasn't like really, I don't think, like stretching to find that magic again with each other. And again, I think it's really apparent in this film and on and off screen. There's just a lot of love between all of us. Geez, gosh. So Sinise is kind of gets to be part of this group, and she kind of thinks they're all weird. She feels that she herself is very normal, though she might have some loner tendencies. And I guess I could relate. I think I'm pretty normal and stable. So currently I have a small role recurring on Shameless. It's on Showtime at 9 p.m. If anybody watches that. It's apparently some people already know it. I'm very, very excited about it. And an interesting tidbit about that show is that I do play a new mom in it, and the child in the show is mine because she is beautiful, and she steals every scene that she's in. It was literally one of the first roles I booked right after giving birth. So it was kismet and awesome. If you ever want to find me, Instagram is Mellie Flanagan, M-E-L-L-I-E, Flanagan, F-L-A-N-A-G-A-N. That's my mommy alter ego, if you ever want to see a lot of cute pictures of my baby, I guess. And that's it. That's me.
No, I was not part of what they did when they created it, but I knew Tyson from before and got called in, and was really just thrilled to be able to be part of the collaboration, because it's a tremendous group of people, very talented, and it was a real community effort. Everybody pitched in, and you know, these kind of independent films need to get made, and it's always great to lend your abilities and to be involved. So I'm thrilled to be part of it. Well, I would say, really, I mean, and I may be in the minority, but I think the difference between stage and film acting is very subtle. It's not much different. You still need to chase what you need. You need to interact with and get what you want. And so whether you're raising your voice a bit to get to the back row, but you know, you have to be conscious of the medium, no doubt. You know, when I was in the group with all of them, it was a lot of fun, just because it's always great to work off a tremendous talented cast like we had. And I only shot a couple days, so it was great to be with people. And obviously when you're doing these films, you knock out a lot of scenes in a very short period of time. So it was just great getting to work with people. Some I'd already worked with before in the past, and new people. So that was really just great to be part of the collaboration. They just offered me the part, which is always nice. I often like when they say, "Why did you take the part?" It's like, well, because they offered it to me. But yeah, so it was great, and the scheduling was going to be tricky because I was about to go out of town and possibly shoot something else, and it came down to the last minute, and ultimately I was able to do them. So I was really thrilled. I am one of the sort of evil government bureaucrats that is trying to interfere with them. So I'm playing Agent Delgado. So I am sort of the man behind the scenes, manipulating things. So yeah, a lot of fun, a lot of fun. Well, I mean, it's real easy for us as a society to categorize people, and we have to be careful of that because with that category becomes discrimination and bias towards people, whether it's that they're loners, that whether it's the color of their skin, whether it's their sexuality. So I think it, as a medium to speak against that type of behavior, I think it's a great platform to be able to use a comic sensibility to point at behaviors that ultimately can come back and bite us. Yeah, I just recently had a movie that opened a couple weeks ago called The Meanest Man in Texas, which is a very interesting story, true story. I have a movie coming out called Church People, which is a faith-based film coming out in September. I play sort of a wacky pastor of a mega church. And then I have a big project coming out in January for Warner Brothers, but it's top secret and I can't talk about it. But January of 2020, it will be a big thing. Michael Monks on Facebook. I am not a Twitter person, but I keep getting harassed to join, so soon I will be on Twitter. Well, actually, I am on Instagram. I think it's just Michael Monks, so check it out.